Hi guys, welcome to Universe Uncut episode 9. Once again, new aesthetics, new settings. I am right now, I can't disclose it. I mean, I can, I'm in a house on my own. But I'm not gonna tell you guys the address because you guys might come. It is a very big house. I think there's like 9 bedrooms in here. And you might be wondering, why am I staying in this kind of house? Why not? Sometimes in a life when you're young, you have to experience stuff, right? So I am in this villa all by myself. And I'm feeling like this one of those uncles that got rich but never started a family, and they're just living in this big mansion and they don't got nobody around. And that's exactly how I'm feeling, honestly. I mean, I don't really be hearing nothing, you know. I've I've lived alone now for 4 weeks, almost 3 weeks, right? This is my third week now of living alone. And the past 2 weeks I was living in a very cool, nice apartment. I kind of liked it. It's a very nice place. I have my own guitar. I use most of my time in the guitar. We play the guitar. I have a piano downstairs, but it's too loud for one, and for second, I have 3 living rooms, and the piano is on the furthest living room, which is also very like isolated from the rest of the house, so it doesn't get a lot of heating, which leads to it being what? Cold. So unfortunately, I can't be learning the piano in here. It's very cold. It's too cold actually, in fact. But maybe tomorrow I will try to learn a little bit of piano. I actually wanna try. Maybe in the weekend I will. On Saturday or Sunday. Also, I mean, like, it's a alright, relatively medium-sized city in Norway. It's not that big, but it's not that small either. But it's definitely on the smaller sides when it comes to like the big cities, such as like Oslo and Bergen. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's a very calm, nice place. There's not much to do. It's very cold, super windy, like extremely windy. And everyone I've met has just told me I came at the wrong time. This is a great place. It's like the Christmas city. It's the best city to be in when it's Christmas. It's like that perfect sweet spot, and that's like December-ish, and the wind is not that windy. Because right now I'm hearing right outside. I'm hearing the we have I also have like a little bit of a garden situation going on outside, which is like a, I don't know, it's like a semi big yard, and there's this door that is like keep going back and forth due to the wind. But yeah, I'm living quite bougie. I'm living in a very bougie house, very bougie life. You guys will probably get like a little bit of a room tour situation going on soon. I think because I'm making a video for my second year anniversary. It's a very good one, and I actually didn't plan on making a video today. I was gonna shoot that one, but my hair, I opened it, and hey, let me tell you guys something. I did not know, right? I did not know. First of all, maybe I've just been living super bougie. I was detangling my twist, so I have a curl situation going on, but I can't show it because right now it's not sorted out. But yesterday, when I was detangling and just unraveling my twists, the water just suddenly became cold. So I sent a message to the people that own the place and said, "Yo, why did my water just suddenly get cold?" And they respond back saying, "What? No way, did you just finish the tank? What?" And they were like, "Oh my god, really? Is that 200 liter tank? How long were you there?" And I was like, I just did my normal hair routine thing. And I was like halfway. I mean, I was like 80% done. I had like 3 twists left or four, and I was like, should I tell them the truth and say I was in the shower for over an hour? They'll probably think, why the hell is a guy in the shower for over an hour? That's like a very woman thing, but they don't get it because they're elderly white women, like up in their 60s, so they wouldn't understand my situation anyway. And they were like, wow, you are the first person who has been able to finish 200 liter tank all by themselves in one day. And I said, damn. And I don't know, I didn't know tanks were a thing here in Norway. I thought it was like an old thing from the past. So when they told me, I was like, damn, am I in Africa? Because the only place I actually saw water tanks is in Africa, Kenya, when I was there for like a year as a young kid. Damn, that was crazy. Anyway, I want to speak a little bit about the quote for today, okay? And it's a very great quote. I love the quote. And I think it kind of hit, it didn't hit me, but I was like, wow, there's a beautiful quote. I have two, but this one, I want to speak about this one instead. And the quote goes, to heal a wound, you need to stop touching it. And I heard it, and I was like, wow, that's a very fascinating quote. Because you see me, I'm a guy who hates hearing advices such as like, oh my god, bro, you'll get over it. It takes time. It takes time. Yeah. Time is the best healer, or whatever it's called. That's a lie, bro. Time is not, no such thing as time is the best healer. Time is not your healer, bro. That you know, it does not matter how long it has been. If it has been a 1 year, and it depends on your situation. If it was a relationship heartbreak, your first heartbreak, if it was someone passing away that was very close to you, a relative, your mother, father, siblings, if it's one of those people, your tight knit family that passed away. I mean, it's very situational, but all of those things are different ways of heartbreaks happening or occurring. And especially with heartbreak. By the way, it's very cold in here, so if you guys see me touching this a little bit just to warm up my hands, mind your business. But I think, honestly, time is not really a great healer. It's more so your mentality and your mindset. I think if you are a person who is determined to get better, then you will get better. That's where time comes in. It's more so as a catalyst for your healing process, but it's not exactly the thing that heals you. For instance, if I get a heartbreak and it's your first heartbreak, you're young, right? And yeah, hey, first time heartbreaks are the worst ones, because you have never really experienced a heartbreak. You have never really experienced someone or a relationship failing. All right, and it can fail for different reasons. It can be external reasons, it can be internal reasons where it's between you two, or even more so a internal reason within yourself where you are struggling with something and you want to break free from the relationship and set that person also free. There's different reasons, right? There's different reasons. And I think the quote, which was, once again, let me just say it, to heal a wound, you need to stop touching it. I think it's more so the mindset. Because when you have time, and we don't have that much time in life, like when you really think about it. And I think a lot about not having that much time because of the people, my patients. I have so many elderly patients, and when I see them, I see a mirror, right? Because there will come a time, hopefully, God willing, there will come a time in my life where I will also be very old. I've also lived a long life, but that long life is not that long, because for them, they probably remember what they did in their 20s, in their 30s, in their 40s. They're 60, 70 years old, but they remember what they did in those previous decades, and time just flew by like this for them. And a lot of people have been saying, yo, January is going by so slow, and it's now 4th of February. 2026 is already passing by. It's already passing by. It's a very, very tough situation, and I don't even know what to say. We got February, and then before you know it, it'll be March. Next week, Valentine's Day, right? It's 14th February already. Next week. Time is flying by. Before you know it, it's 2027, and you feel like you haven't really done much with your life. That's where you have to come in and sort things out. And that's why this quote, once again, to heal a wound, you need to stop touching it. Wow, that's a very great quote, by the way. I don't know who came up with it, but whoever came up with that quote is mind-blowing. And I saw it actually from a anime edit from Vinland Saga, actually. It's a very great anime. You guys should watch it. I prefer season 2 more than season 1, but a lot of people prefer season 1 over season 2, and the reason they prefer it because of there's more action packed in the season 1. It's very action packed, very a lot of fighting, very much like true Vikings mentality. Season 2 is a little bit more of an introspective, you know, a lot more dialogues happening, a lot more thinking happening, and you have to reflect on certain stuff, and it feels very long, and yeah, it's a very slow paced season. But to heal a wound, you need to stop touching it. I feel like that I have to start also being a little bit honest. I feel like I'm a person who sometimes struggles with letting things heal. I always try to fix things. I am I'm a person who would prefer a quick fix rather than just getting the surgery done. I'd rather plaster, use a quick bandage of a broken bone rather than just go and get a surgery and get it sorted out. Not physically. Of course, I'm going to get that surgery, but I'm speaking about metaphorically. I'm a person who sometimes tend to struggle with letting go, which is kind of ironic because the most viewed video of mine is, me speaking about how you should let go of things, let go of your past, let go of your traumas, let go of things that you adore, but know that even if you keep having them in your life, then you'll feel stagnant. That video made my channel go places to some extent, and at the same time I still struggle with those same things that I always preach about. And that's why I always say the tongue is always closer to my heart than yours, which is why most of the things that I say on these channels, or specifically on this channel, it's very much for me. For instance, Universe Uncut, I didn't make it because I want it to blow up. And honestly, I can unlist these videos tomorrow and I would be okay with it, because these Universe Uncut videos are different from my main channel videos, where I upload them every Sunday, and it's very much more high quality based. These are a little bit like you just sit down and have a conversation. Like, I would love to still have someone sit next to me, but I don't think that's happening anytime soon because of where this house is in. It's a very tough place actually when we're speaking about it. I think there's an airport 2 hours and 25 minutes away with transportation, like taking the train and all that stuff. I have to take a 30-minute walk to the train stop, and then after that I have to take the train all the way to Stavanger, where I was last week, or Monday technically. And then when I hop off there, I have to take a bus to the airport, and it's like 2 hours and 25 minutes ish. I've checked it because I wanted to take a spontaneous trip while I'm here, but I think me and this house are gonna be friends for a long time. I might become a ghost in here. Actually, speaking of ghosts, I think it's one of the most lamest things ever. Instead of befriending the people that come into your house, you terrorize them. You terrorize small children. Of all things to possess, you possessing children. That's weird. You can possess LeBron James. You can possess KD. You can possess anyone. And there's like old ghosts. It's something I've been thinking about actually. I'm like, you're a ghost from like 1700s. How the hell do you know about how electricity works? How do you know where the off switch is? You know what I'm saying? Like, that is so lame. Why are you irritating me? Why do you not want to become my friend? And then when I die, you get new friends in here, and you can spend more time with them. And maybe I can even help you get yourself free from being a ghost. But I don't believe in ghosts anyways. It was such a silly idea. But just another thought I had. Also, I acquired this house, right? Because there was some problems with the actual apartment I was going to stay in, where the host didn't get it ready and get it done. And I was very furious, and I had to stay a day or spend a night in the hotel over here, and the hotel was very crammed up. But I told the woman, I don't care, just give me a hotel room. I'll pay you the whatever money you wanna give. You wanna tell me whatever the price is. Let me pay for it. If there's like only presidential suite left, I don't give a fuck. Just give me my goddamn room. But she found a single room, and I got it sorted out. And then I left the day after. And whilst I was there, that's when I found this house. And this house is very famous actually. It was burnt down in 1871. I think, or it's from 1871. It's a very old house, and then it burnt down in the big fire that happened in this city, and then now they have reconstructed it back to the way it used to be. And yeah, it's a very much so a very like a memorabilia, but just also modern. But that's also why there's some rooms that are very cold. For instance, my room, it's not that cold, but I need one of these in my room, otherwise it would be freezing in here. But the other two, there's like 3 rooms in this hallway, and there's like more rooms. But in those rooms, it's cold, like cold. When I say cold, it's like, wow, this is cold type of cold. And you know, the house is so big that if someone else was living in here with me, I would not notice it. That's how big the house is. I've isolated some parts of the house because of just to make sure the warmth and the that it still keeps its warmth in those rooms. For instance, the living room, I've kind of like officially cut off the third living room, and I've kind of cut off the dining room. There's like a long ass table with a bunch of chairs there, and there's no need for me to have that room. And also, you know, then I will need to have some sort of like fire, or I would also have to, you know, the warmth. I would have to like try and make sure like it gets evenly distributed, because right now the warmth is in mainly downstairs in the kitchen and in the 2 living rooms, where like I can alternate sitting in between, because there's one with like warm filter, and there's another one where there's like these, I don't even know what you call it, the thing where you put wood there and you burn it. I don't remember what you call it in I think it's called furnace. But pero yeah, man, it's a great time. Anyway, guys, how's life? How's life treating you guys? I think I'm gonna finish it off here and say, you know what, guys, it's late. I don't have much to say today. Oh, I was actually supposed to speak about the YouTube videos I made. Actually, while I'm doing so, let us look at those YouTube videos, and also let me try and connect to the camera from my phone in case I want to end it. I don't need to like then move all the way over there if it lets me connect. All right, great, it did. 18 minutes. That's how long I've been speaking. That's a long ass time. Maybe I should end the video here, but we can have a quick rundown from the past 2 videos I made. I made a video about parasocial relationships are out of control. And you know what? First of all, I just want to say thank you guys for, you know, showing me love on both of those videos. The reception is amazing. I love it, and you know, I really do appreciate it. And people who are saying, and all the people that have commented, why am I not clear? Why have I not gone viral? Why is my videos not like taking off? Me personally, I don't think I really care that much about it, because for one, I don't want to really be famous like that, unless the money is like really worth it. But honestly, I don't really want to be famous. I would rather like, you know, have that little niche group where, you know, people know about me, but not too many people know about me, and at least the channel is making some sort of money where I can like just invest back onto it and just give you guys some money as well. You know, if I'm eating, everyone is eating type of stuff going on, because I don't really need the money. And I think I've said it like 20 million times. It sounds like I kind of need the money by saying it, but yeah, you know, you always have to just be grateful for what you get, right? And when you are very grateful for what you get, you don't really need that much stuff. But honestly, I do really need a lot of stuff. I'm a very much of I love to live that Prince life, you know, just chill, get whatever I want. Not the rapper Prince, but instead of saying Prince's treatment, I love the Prince treatment, man. Like, soft life, bro. Like if I can do things quicker by just paying myself or paying it away, I will do it, right? But of course, like there's a limit to it as well. For instance, instead of like coming to this apartment with a like a Uber from 20 minutes or 30 minutes from the train station down here, I just walked, because first of all it's great for the body to walk, and also I'm training my delts, so it's fine. But like for instance, if it's like something that's very much pain in the ass, I'm paying for it. Okay, I'm just getting done, I'm getting it over with. Another thing I also have to learn is I have to learn how to say never mind when I'm at the till. I find out the price and I'm not happy with it, and I still end up paying. I have to learn how to say no, or say, you know what, never mind. And the only reason I don't say that is because, first of all, I'm a black man, and there's something in me where I'm like, you can't think I'm broke just because you think I saw the price and I'm like, oh, that was too expensive for me. I just didn't like it. The price didn't correlate with it. But I do it sometimes. Like when it's like very cheap, and I'm like, well, whatever, just give it to me. But if it's like expensive, I'm not doing it. Anyway, forgotten the best piece of kind. I think I've spoken actually about that on the guitar episode. And also, speaking of guitar, I've learned how to play "Love Yourself" by Justin Bieber. If you guys comment down below, let me see. One person, that's all it takes. If one person comments it down below, I will post it. I will actually post it here. Oh, actually, no, never mind. It's on. I've already posted on my Twitter. If you go to the video section on my Twitter, then you will see over there. I've actually posted it. It took me like 1 hour and something, 20 minutes ish. Anyway, parasocials are out of control. I think the only reason I made that video is because I was getting tired, man. I was getting tired of just seeing the same people over and over again, getting glazed, man. And that's why I'm saying I don't want to get famous either, because I don't like that kind of relationship where people know everything about me. And I think people do to some extent know the things that I want them to know. You guys know how old I am, for instance. I think I mentioned it once or twice. You guys know like kind of like my relationship status and things, and you guys know most stuff, but you guys don't know everything about me. And I'm just making sure so that there's like this sort of a filter, right? You can't be thinking you're my best friend. You don't even know my favorite color. But I can tell you right now, it's pink. I think it's pink. Like if I had to choose one, it is pink, because that's the only color I can like think of liking or saying I like. Like I appreciate blue. I appreciate the color of green. I appreciate the color of red, orange, not so much, yellow to some extent. I mean, actually, I do prefer orange over yellow. But the point is, if there's a color I like that, that light pink color. Not too, because I don't like that hot pink, like that, deep pink color, which is like dark. No, we like that, soft type of pink. I don't know what it is, but like, my fingertips kind of pink. Having on, I don't know, man. There's something with that specific color just like moves me, man. Anyway, back to parasocial relationships. It's kind of weird, man. And another problem is that content creators are also like pushing for it as well. They're like, yeah, I'm your friend. I'm your best friend. But I've never seen you. The person who's watching this video, I don't know you, bro, because I'm speaking to my DJI Osmo Pocket, and I'm hoping someone will watch this video to some extent, and that I'm not just speaking to myself, right? So I'm speaking to a DJI Osmo Pocket, so there's a camera in front of me, but you guys are only seeing me, right? And for instance, even with podcasts in general, and if there's like a studio, there's people working behind set that I'm looking at, and the camera. I'm looking at the camera. I'm not looking at you, right? And people say like, I'm watching you and I'm looking at you. Comment down below. I'm not watching you. Subscribe now. I get it. It's for retention. It's just to like clickability. Like for instance, me. You never hear me say subscribe, because with me personally, when I watch videos, I don't subscribe because you told me to subscribe. I subscribe if I feel like I like your content enough for me to come back multiple times, and now you're just in my notification box, and if and I want to just watch every single video. For instance, this guy called David something, African American with glasses, and he makes video essays kind of like me, but those video essays he makes are very like detailed, and they're like 10, I think they're like 15 minutes, very detailed. He breaks them down, and it's very great. And I actually do take some sort of inspiration from him. I watch his videos, right? I've watched every single video ever since I subscribed. And I didn't subscribe because he told me or said, "Hey guys, subscribe." I subscribed because I was like, you know what? I like it. And it should be that way. YouTube should be like that way. How about YouTube stops this entire fiasco thing where people have to beg for subscriptions, okay? And I don't even think subscriptions and subscribers are the most important thing. As long as you have more than 1,000, it don't matter, bro. What matters after that is the views and the retention and the CPR or whatever it's called. The amount of, or RPM maybe, the amount of dollars you get per views. That's what is most important. And as long as mine is high, I can give back to you guys, and I can invest more into this channel and just do random stuff. And I can even have you guys on my channel. I actually want to have people who watch my channel because of maybe Universe Uncut or my video essays, because the people who watch them are people kind of like me that are like-minded, right? We're like-minded people that see the world in a way, in a different lens. And I would love to see your perspective on something. And I really love having conversation with intellectual people, But I don't mind if it's a dumb person, or like not necessarily dumb, but when it comes to the intellectual stuff, they don't really know that much, but they're still interesting to speak to. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't mind even having one of you guys on, and I actually would do some sort of like a, spin the wheel, and I get someone and I'll fly them out, or I'll meet them personally, or whatever. That if they're from UK, for instance, I might come to the UK, book a studio, and you guys can come through, and then we can just have a conversation for like an hour. You see, why aren't YouTubers doing that? Why are not YouTubers doing that, having conversation with one of their viewers? I want to do that, and I'm trying to change the game, okay? And that's why I'm telling you, subscribe. So I had an entire ramble about how I don't believe in people should be saying subscribe just for me to end up saying subscribe. How ironic, right? Nah, but for real though, you don't need to subscribe, but it would be nice. Like, I think after I hit 1K, I'm never asking for a subscription again, because there's no point, because I don't believe in, subscriptions. And, I don't really care about 100K milestone. I don't really care about 1 million. Give me that 1K, I'm happy. Give me 1K, my channel gets that, whatever it's called, I can get advertisements. I'm happy, bro, because then we can just invest all that money back into the YouTube. But anyway, guys, I've been speaking for almost 30 minutes. So to that, I say thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you want to subscribe. And yeah, we'll see you guys on Sunday for the 2nd year anniversary video. Hey, I can't wait. Actually, I can't wait. For real. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, man. I'll see you lot in the next one. Peace.